Okay. I figured out that it was a 16mm or 5/8. I'm going to attempt it with this other snap-on. If it happens to turn the whole crankshaft, which it's not, it's coming right off of there. See it coming off. Great. It's great having the right tools, I'll tell you what. If you don't have one of those steering wheel pullers, I suggest getting one because they're great. I think I paid maybe 10 bucks for it. And you don't want that to fall into the condenser or just on the ground if you're going to reuse it. I shouldn't really care because and I did line this up with, I believe that's 0 TDC. I will probably put it back on so that I can line it up. And there it is. There's a crankshaft pulley. And yeah, so that's the crankshaft pulley. Now the main reason you do not want to use a typical gear puller to pull this harmonic balancer, number one, is they have this rubber ring that goes around between the actual pulleys itself and the hub unit itself. And then you can see where they drilled it out, is that's a balance point, is they use a drill bit to drill it out, and then they'll spin it on a balancer, and once it gets to the point, then usually this is all a computerized process on a main line somewhere. But yeah, so that is it. Anyway, I'm going to put this aside. Like I say, I bought a new one. I'm just shutting the compressor off just in case. And now we can take the rest of these other bolts off, which are these. When I was looking at these, trying to keep them in a specific order, but they are all pretty much the same size. You just want to make sure that if you notice a different length in any of them, that you should keep them from getting mixed up. I believe those are either 8s or 6s. I'm not. All right. So I've got the size is a 5/16, which I believe is close to an 8mm. Please correct me if I'm wrong in my comments. I'm just gonna now see there you go. There's a long one right there. That's because it goes through the water pump assembly, and so I'm gonna make sure that that one is definitely separated, and we know where it goes. This one's also a long one. This is actually longer than the last one. So if you're looking here, way longer. So these ones I'm actually going to try and keep in order. This one's a short one, and that's actually shorter. If you look at the difference again, this one's got a longer sleeve than this one does. It's not a removable sleeve, so we're going to keep these ones to themselves for this lower cover. And that was just a bolt. It's not even a spacer on there. I don't think this has ever been done. And that one's about as short as that first one that I took off, so, or the second one. This one is about the same. So the upper cover and the lower cover definitely have different sizes of bolt. And there we go. So got this lower cover. I'll just take off. I was gonna buy a crank seal, but there's a spacer we do not want to lose that just dropped down. So I am going to clean these up really good. The water's coming off is from the thermostat, obviously. But yeah, I've got brake cleaner here to clean off just the inside to make it nice, so that there's no metal. I can see metal shavings in along this the tensioner. But yeah, we will put this in here. I might actually take it to a shop that I used to work at. Yeah, look how that, wow, that is terrible. All sides are looser, loosey-goosey. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I just don't like it. I'm actually glad that it didn't slip so much that it caused damage. I believe that this is an interference engine. And then, I mean, I could slide this off at this point. It's so loose. Look at that. That's terrible to be able to do that. There are a couple. There's not much tolerance there. I believe that might have been a key. I've got a timing belt. Oh, there's balls. Balls, and then that came out. That is not a good sign. Not usually. I know oh, well, look at that. That's where the balls are. No. That's a very, very bad sign that this car was not taken care of at all. The bearings, those balls that fell out, are all ball bearings from the tensioner. That is, wow. Yeah, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. And this washer's gone, and the spring tensioner, and here's even a piece of one of the part of the retainer for that, for those ball bearings in there, right in there like that. That is all gone. Wow, I gotta take a break. Give me a second here.